Course 1, I don't plan to do investigation 5, but on page 265, would you peek with me at what they tell you a central angle is, just in case this comes up. I think it's a good thing to be aware of. You can sector off a circle like so. Looks like fourths to me. You can calculate the angle here of each section if you know the fraction of the whole each part represents. The sectors of a circle graph form central angles. What's a central angle? Has its vertex right here on the center of the circle, and its rays are radii of the circle. So it's right in the center, and then each side is a radius. That means it's a central angle. So this would also be a central angle, right in the center, and these are each good radii, right? It's not the same size as this one was, but this is called a central angle because the middle is where the vertex is. Remember, a vertex of an angle is where the lines meet. That's the vertex. Good terminology. That's what a central angle is. Pretty much anytime we cut a nice piece of a pie out, that's an angle. That would be central here. And the central angles of a full circle always total 360 degrees. A circle is 360 degrees all the way around. On a protractor, if you thought about it, it's 180 to get to half. So you add up your two 180s, both semicircles, into a full circle. 180 times 2 is 360. So there's 360 degrees in a circle. Then you divide that by 4, you would get 90. A perfect fourth is a right angle for a central angle of this circle. Fair? Now, lesson 51 has us rounding our decimal numbers. It depends on what the problem asks, how many places we're going to round it. In this case, we know we're dealing with money, so money usually only goes to 2 decimal places after the decimal. My multiplication came to 5512 after the decimal, so we want to make it so it's only, right, 2 spots here. Well, I've got 5512. Do you remember what we look at to decide how this will round? We're rounding to 2 places, so the first number doesn't change. It's this last number here that could go up or down. We're possibly changing, let's make this line a little bit smaller. We're dealing with some small numbers. We're possibly going to change this number right here, if you can see my line. And how do we decide if it's up or down? We look at the number to its immediate right, the 1. Remember our rounding hill. Any number between 1 and 4 means we stay down. Any number between 5 and 9, we go up. Yes, including 5. So the 1 is over here. That means, well, instead of down, maybe I should say stays the same. We never go down and we don't zero this number out. It's going to stay a 5. So it's 5, and then what do I do with the rest? I don't want them. I just show it as 55 cents. Example 2. Let's do a word problem together here. We're going to do this one right here. Sheila pulled into the gas station and filled the car's tank with this many gallons, 10 and 381 hundredths gallons of gas. Round the amount of gallons to tenths. Notice th means we're going after the decimal 1 spot. Now she had 10.381. We're going to keep the whole number, but we're wondering if we only go to 1 place back here and we zero out the rest, what's this spot going to be? I have a 3, an 8, and a 1. Which is the number in the tenths place, the place that we're rounding? 2. 3 is in the tenths place. We're rounding to the 3. And what number tells me up or down, or should I say, stays the same or up? The 8 tells me that. Which side of the hill is 8 on? It's over here. It means we're going up. So 8 moves the 3 up 1 spot to 4. And we zero out the rest to call it 10 and 4/10 gallons. It hasn't changed the amount too much, but it looks cleaner. Example 3, estimate the product. Product means we're multiplying. Of 6 and 85 hundredths times 4 and 2/10 by rounding the numbers first to the nearest whole number. So no decimals before multiplying. What is this one if I round it? Let's blow this up a little bit. 6 and 85 hundredths. Whole number, so we're actually going to move everything to the left of the decimal. This number tells me, does the 6 go up or does the 6 stay the same? 8 is bigger than 5, so the 6 becomes 7, and then we zero out the rest. 4 and 2/10. Again, we're trying to get to the left of the decimal. The 2 tells me stay the same or go up. 2 is on this side of the hill, the stay the same side, if that makes sense. We don't actually change 4 to 3 because then we're really changing the value too much. Why would we say that 4 and 2/10 is closer to 3 than 4? We should really keep this a 4, then you keep it the same if it's on the left side of the hill, so to speak. And what do we do with the 2? We don't want it anymore. We're trying to get them to be even whole numbers, rounded to the nearest whole number we just did. Then multiply. It's a two-step problem, right? Make sure you go back and check, did I solve the problem? You can estimate mentally here, 7 times 4, right? 7 times 4 is 28. So while we don't have the exact answer, 6 and 85 hundredths times 4 and 2/10, I bet if you type it in a calculator, we're pretty close to 28, which is probably all you would need in a real life scenario. If you're rounding a whole number with 2 decimal places to the nearest whole number, you look at that tens place, right? What place? The tens place, because it's the first whole number place. Okay, let me tell you which practice we want to do today. Let's do B and C. Remember, when we round to a cent, we're going to 2 place values. That's how money is shown. You don't need to show the leading 0 on the left of the decimal, but you're going to have 2 spots here and then zero out the rest. Remember how we learned this? Go back to the lesson and watch the first one we did if that helps, or read. Then let's do D and E. That's 4 so far. H. J is like the first practice problem. We didn't really do the first practice problem. We just showed how to round to a cent. But if you're saying that sales tax is 6%, and they're asking how much sales tax is that, how do we find percent of a number like 379? You don't need the money sign when you calculate, but to find 6% of means times. What's 6% as a number we can use to multiply with? What's 6% as a decimal? It's not just 6. 6% is really 0.06 if we want to multiply with it. So if you multiply by 0.06, you're going to get that sales tax amount, and they just want the tax, so you don't have to do any second step of adding. But then put this answer into nearest cent. Okay, so you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 practice problems. Again, it's B, C, D, E, H, J. Talk to me if you have questions. Best of luck.